Well, it's good, YouTube. It's been a while, but I'm back. I got an interesting email from a subscriber requesting a video, and kind of surprised me because LS swaps have been the hot button on my channel lately. But a question I got was, and I'll do the best I can on explaining this. I'm still a little surprised I got the question, but it's how to take a fuel-injected truck like this one and convert it to a carburetor. Well, I'll be happy to look it over, go through it, and just show off what I did. Woof. Well, basically the easy way I went about this is I don't have the original 350 TBI in there. This is a GM Goodwrench crate motor that I got for the Malibu years back, and ran good and everything. I only pulled it because I wanted to LS swap the car, and the truck needed a motor. But anyway, I mean, it was pretty simple. I mean, drop that thing in. Just got to have an intake set up for a 4150 carburetor. I mean, you could even use a quadrajet if you wanted. But basically what I did is I used an electric fuel or a mechanical fuel pump, and I just ran it to the line to where the factory electric pump went into the throttle body. And instead of using the gas tank in the fuel pump in the gas tank, I pulled the fuse, and the pump is still in there, actually. I just pulled the fuse so it's not pulling power, and the mechanical pump pulls fuel through it just fine. And then I ran it to the carburetor. And then basically off the harness here, the TBI harness, I just left everything there. You could cut all this if you wanted to, clean it up and make it all nice, and just keep like what comes from inside the cab, the AC and the grounds and all that. You can keep all that and the alternator plug, and just strip back what you don't need. I left it there because I wanted to, just in case I wanted to put throttle body injection back on, like if I ever sold the truck or something, I can just convert it back to stock and get rid of it that way to make it look like it'd never been tampered with. But you could clean all that up and get rid of it and just keep what you need. Kind of like stripping back a harness for an LS swap. You just use what you need and then you cut off the rest of it. It really isn't that hard. But yeah, I mean, and the distributor, you can't use the stock distributor came in the 350 TBI because it's set up to work with throttle body injection. So I just used an old HEI I had laying around, dropped it in. You know, all you got to do is ignition signal to turn it on, and it's a ready to run distributor basically. But yeah, then the accessory drive bolts on to the older 350 just fine. I mean, that's it. I'm a little surprised I got the question, since LS swaps are my hot button on the channel lately, but then I get this one question, oddball, which is fine. I don't mind answering it. I like helping people when they need help. Nah, doesn't bother me none. But I know a lot of people will ask, why would you want to put a carburetor on a motor or a vehicle that came fuel injected from the factory? Well, there's another good reason for this. The cam I'm using, I don't remember the cam specs in this motor, but basically it's a grind for a carburetor. So basically you go throw throttle body injection on it, it might throw a code or something. And plus, TBI is kind of like an old two-barrel carburetor. It's not. It's a good working system, but it's not necessarily good for making power. It works good in stock form, but it's got to be modified quite a bit to make power with it. So basically, I throw a carburetor on it and call it a day. But yeah, I mean, that's all there is to it. If anybody's got any questions, just let me know. I mean, strip back off the harness what you don't need, keep the grounds, the alternator plug, all that, and that's about it. Like even the manifolds, I just left the O2 sensor plugged in to keep the manifolds from leaking. I might put headers on it at some point, I don't know. But yeah, that's about it. And let me know what you guys think. Catch you later.